talk about what we're playing.
Mm-hmm.
Wombat and I are both playing Dragon Age. Can you believe I bought a game and am playing it?
Can you believe they sent me a copy? Our friends
Yes.
at EA sent me a code for Dragon Age.
I can.
What's the little thing called?
Veilguard?
Veilguard.
DEI.
Thank you. Dragon Age the Veilguard. Thank you. I was like, my brain was like, no.
Have you not
Inquisition
been
was
guarding
nice.
enough veils? What's going on?
I mean, you'd think I was. It is so good. I can't, I feel like it's been such a long time that I've played like a single player game that I've been like, this game is really good and I'm having a good time playing it. Where it's not bothering me with, nonsense. Because there's no nonsense to be bothered by in this game other than just sitting down and playing the game. It's a good, straightforward single player Dragon Age game. The combat is different. It's not similar to previous Dragon Age games. It's a lot more action oriented. There's combos. There's hit X, hit X, hit Y kind of stuff. But it does still have, and GB knows this, there's spells and special moves where you're hitting your bumper button and you can freeze time for a second and you can select moves for both you and your teammates. Because
Like
you
Mass
do
Effect.
still have
Like Mass Effect. Like, really
like Mass Effect and Dragon Age. It's
Okay.
also a Dragon Age thing. It's a very Dragon Age
I
thing.
never
too.
played one before. It's my first
Oh
one.
my goodness. Oh yeah. There
You
was
ever
some
played
cool
any of the
stuff.
Dragon Ages before? Wow.
It was the combat in Origins was almost like
looked
real-time
bad.
strategy
It looked
stuff.
It was almost like you weren't doing anything in the combat.
Yeah,
that's
I
why
like that game a lot.
And it was fine. The combat it just kind of happened in those
So
in
the
those games.
tier,
Oh.
the rank, yeah. I mean, it's hard to say with the full rankings, but the rankings of the first 3 is 3, 1, 2, and then now there's this new one, which is the 4th one. I have completed all the Dragon Age games. Yeah, the 3rd Dragon Age game is the best one.
But now this is the best
Inquisition.
one.
Oh, okay.
Is this the best one?
Was the best one. I haven't finished this yet, so I don't want to say it's the best one yet.
I have a question. Do you how much of the dialogue are you skipping?
It's like hit or miss. It depends. Like I don't skip all of
Give me
it.
a percentage.
Let's say 50%.
Now, normally, what percentage of the dialogue you're skipping in like a regular game?
It could be like 80 to 90%.
Okay, so you're
like
into
sometimes I do care about what they're saying. Like, oh wait, I may want to hear this.
when you can just skip it, like when they're not talking about anything important.
Yeah. When sometimes they're just talking for talking's sake. But yeah. But sometimes also it does that thing that BioWare games do where you make a decision and your decision impacts what people have to say. And I'm like, oh wait, what's he gonna say here? I did finish building my entire team. I unlocked all the companions.
Wow. How many hours are you in?
Like 20 hours in.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe more, but I haven't played since Monday. I mean, it's only Wednesday, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I really like it. I like my character. I'm playing as a human rogue dude. When I first made him, my wife came by and said he's too handsome, so I had to ugly him up a little bit. So,
Yeah.
but it's also the kind of game where I can be playing it. My wife will be sitting next to me on the couch and not, leave the room immediately when I turn a game on, which is also a nice.
Pretty good looking.
Yeah.
The game's
Yes,
pretty good looking.
It is a good looking game as well. So
The
it has
hair
a
is
very
good.
unique art style. It's also different from the other Dragon Age games. It leans almost kind of Fable-y. If you like the art style of Fable, where it's a little,
I remember Fable.
Yeah, that's what my wife thought it was based on the
Too
art
bad
style
they
when I
can't
was
make any
playing
more
it.
Fable games
Yeah,
for some
like
reason.
the combat and the art style are very reminiscent of Fable, and which is another game that I'm a very big fan of. So it's sort of like Fable and Dragon Age had a baby, and I really like it. And there are certain things that I get that you don't get cheaply, like who some of the people are, or like you don't know who Varric is, or
He's
or
got
any of
the
that
guy with the
stuff.
open shirt.
That's the guy with the open chair, yeah, and he's been in.
See, he knows.
Chest hair.
Yeah, he's
Dwarf
been
chest
in like
hair.
all the games. So, but you probably could figure that out. So
Is Alistar there?
no.
I don't even remember if that was the
Solus is.
character in
Yeah.
these games. I just figured there was somebody named that.
Morgan does show up, or is that a
Morgan's
spoiler?
there. Good.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
I
I don't want
found
to.
it weird.
They make sure that all the popular characters get their 5 minutes of being like, "Hey, remember when I was in the game? Huh? They do that, which is fine. That's what you're playing it for, kind of.
Some of the
Then
character
you also
design is
like
pretty weird, though, don't you think? Like the lady with the
sometimes.
hat, she's wearing like a graduation mortarboard, but it's like on the side of her head. Like
I know. I unlocked armor for her where she doesn't have that on her head, so I
it's
took
so
that off
weird.
her.
Like
I know. Why?
'cause
What
she
is
turns her
that?
head and she'll be talking and then she'll turn her head and you don't see her face anymore because she's wearing this fucking weird side hat.
She has the dumb hat. There's one of the characters in the game. I don't feel like this is a spoiler because it's just the companion. It's not like a story beat.
Uh-oh.
Is basically Doctor Strange.
Okay.
And he looks just like him. Like it's like they're not even hiding it. It's like, oh, and don't forget, now we got to go find the next guy. Oh, where does he live? He lives in Doctor Strange's house. Oh,
Disney's
okay.
Village.
Yeah. And he shows up and he's like, look at me, I'm Doctor Strange. I'm like, all right, Doctor Strange.
It's fun. It's pretty fun. Like the combat, it's real combat now, and you know it's not like you can die. What difficulty level are you playing on?
Whatever the second one was, not the lowest, but the
I looked
second
at that one
lowest.
and I said, "This is where Wombat is,
Yeah.
here." I said, "This one," and then I'm gonna do the.
Sometimes press buttons.
It was literally the one that they said you should play at this difficulty, and I said, okay.
Oh, they told you. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they told me it was the one that they started me on.
It's an algorithm now, just based upon how he's done in all the past games.
And they're like, dude, just play here. I'm like, all right.
Like we know what your setting is. Just
you'll enjoy this a lot more.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. I wish there was more loot.
How far along are you?
I don't know what any of the shit is that they're talking about, so I don't even know how to tell you like where I am.
Yeah, because as you progress,
there's so many mirrors. There's so many mirrors now that I have access to that I can go into, and then they take me to places.
Yep. Have you done the stuff in the crossroads?
I did one. I went to one place and did it, I think, or I'm doing it now.
Okay. Because to get the other orbs to unlock the other areas of the crossroads, you got to fight these bosses, and the bosses are hard.
Okay.
Yeah, they're random big bosses that aren't even part of the main storyline, just to unlock unlock more areas to get more doodads. And yeah,
I really like combat like this where you can pause the game indefinitely, while you're trying to figure out what to do and select your, this character is going to cast this spell and this character is going to fight that guy.
I'm gonna do and some of the spells, if you have the right companions and you cast this one spell after another spell at the right combination, it does an added effect, so you get a cool
animation,
super great.
It's cool.
I dig that kind of stuff.
I don't know that I'll finish this game because it sounds like it's really long. But we'll play more. We'll see how it goes.
I'll say, if you don't do the stuff that I'm doing, I bet you could burn through it pretty quickly.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to take my sweet ass time, though, because I'm enjoying it and I want to.
Okay, good. I also bought this game Spiderheck because it was on sale on Xbox. And it's
I know that game.
It's one of these party games where you're a spider and you can pick up weapons. So you have a web and you can swing along the environment. And you can pick up lightsabers and guns. And it's pretty entertaining. And I played it for a while. I would recommend it at a low price. It has cool graphics, like neon graphics and electronic soundtrack, which was good.
Cool.
Yep. What else?
I was also sent a code from our friends at Digital Eclipse again. Atari 50th Anniversary Collection has DLC that came out for it, and the second set of DLC called The First Console War came out. It has a bunch of the Mattel games, the M Network games on there, which is pretty cool. It has, if you want the full list, it's got Air Raiders.
Yeah.
It has. Oh, my screen just went black for a second. It has Anteater, which was an unreleased game, which is actually one of the more fun games in the compilation. It reminds me kind of like Dig Dug, but it's an anteater's tongue that's going through the.
This was unreleased. This isn't the one that.
It is based on a Stern IP, is what I'm reading in the notes. But
okay, I was thinking this was an arcade game, wasn't it?
It's very possible. There's also Armor Ambush, Astro Blast, Frogs and Flies, which I also kind of like. You just jumping from lily pad to lily pad, eating flies. International Soccer, Dark Cavern, Star Strike, Super Challenge Baseball, Super Challenge Football, Sword Fight, Sea Battle, Tower of Mystery, which was an unreleased prototype recently rescued. That is also probably one of the more fun games on the compilation. It's similar to Adventure, but it makes more sense. It's like if Adventure had more clear defined where you should go and what you should do. So that I actually do like that one a lot as well. Video Pinball, which I've played a decent amount of. That's 2600 Pinball.
Yep.
Which, you know, it is what it is. Basketball for the 2600. 8-bit Hardball is on there.
It's a lot.
So,
8. Okay.
How much they charge
Hardball,
for this? Do you know?
I think it's like $8.
Anteater was definitely, so it was just never, that port was never released.
Gotcha.
It was definitely an arcade game.
I like it. I've also been playing the other one that I played a decent amount of is Desert Falcon from the 7800, which is like a isometric shmup with a where you're I guess an eagle in Egypt.
I know the game.
A falcon.
Yep.
The game's called Desert Falcon, and yet I still said you're an eagle because I am a genius.
No, because Desert Eagle is the gun.
Yeah, that is where my brain
how
went.
much you're into guns.
Yes. So it's a good, that game is also, that's one of the more fun. That's a good one. There's some good stuff. So it's a good compilation. I don't have the other DLC, but now that I have this and they added other stuff to Atari 50. I mean, that whole collection is just so good. Everything about that whole package. It's still, that was one of my games of the year it first came out. And it holds up. I have that. It's one of the things that every now and again, I turn that on and just like go through some of those I play some Adventure or I play some Haunted House just because. So, hey, it's the little things, right? Those comfort gaming.
When you started talking about that, I went back to the Atari website to look at those Haunted House, like framed art, just to see if the price, if they had a sale, but they didn't. Maybe Black Friday though.
I got an email from them, like the Atari official, because I'm just on their mailing list.
Yeah.
Nothing special, but they
and they want to send me all the artwork for free.
The sales stuff is coming soon.
Okay.
So
maybe they say.
I think there's and
I didn't look.
Mm-hmm.
So I should keep looking, is what you're saying.
Yep.
Because I do want these things with the walnut frames.
They're very nice.
They are very nice and
they
nerdy.
are very nice.
Nice and nerdy.
Nice and nerdy.
It's what
that
I'm into.
Perfect combination of nice and nerdy.
Yeah, I need all of them. I don't even like those games, but I like the nerdiness of it.